So I'm going to talk about the real reason why I sold my Tesla Model S. So the main reason why I sold my Tesla Model S was because the battery died. The whole battery pack needed to be replaced, and Tesla was going to charge me basically $15,000 to go ahead and get the part repaired. Now, a couple of questions that came in was how much I got for the vehicle, how much I sold it for, what the mileage was when the battery failed, and then some other questions. So I'm going to go ahead and answer those. That way it is a clear understanding of what I got and how much I applied it to this new vehicle. So I sold my old Tesla Model S for $6,000. Now, of course, that is very low, and you got to think about if you had a combustible engine and you sold it without a transmission or engine, you're only going to get a certain amount for it. And so since it was basically inoperable without the battery pack, I was only able to get about $6,000. Now, the person that I did sell it to, they drove a large truck, and so they were just looking to get into some electric vehicle to save money on gas. And so they were just like, hey, I'll pay it and then I'll pay for the repair. So this person actually got a good deal because they paid the $6,000 to me and then paid the $15,000 or $16,000 to Tesla to have it repaired. It's definitely a good deal because you got a new battery that's going to last you even longer. If that vehicle had autopilot in there and then Netflix and things like that, I actually would have kept that vehicle, but it didn't have the upgraded front end on it like this one does, and then it didn't have, of course, like Netflix and Hulu and things like that. It did have premium connectivity, which I could listen to the radio and things like that, Slacker radio all included, and it didn't have autopilot. So I knew that I wanted to have my next vehicle have autopilot, kind of like the Model X, because I know that I liked it when I had the Model 3. So the car didn't even have 100,000 miles on it before the battery failed. It actually had about 98,000, I think, or something like that before it failed. So I didn't even reach the 100,000 mile mark before the battery failed. Now with the older Teslas, I think the battery warranty was only good for 8 years or something like that on the initial one. So it had expired in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So we did get a couple of years out of that vehicle, even after warranty expired on the battery. I knew that I wanted to get something, and for the price that I paid for this, which was $27,000, I think that it was great because I applied that $6,000 to my vehicle, so I basically only got it for $21,000. To me, that was a great deal for this amount of mileage on this one. I think it only had like 70,000 miles on it or something, and the battery warranty is good until 2024 sometime maybe. And even then, I actually have to evaluate if the battery fails if I don't get this one repaired, because I got such a great deal on it. And I know that a new Tesla Model S is gonna cost me at a minimum maybe $70,000 or something like that. But that $70,000 that I would pay for a brand new vehicle, I was able to get my Model X and a new Model S, new to me, used, and for that same price, and even come out less. So 45 essentially for that, and then paid 21 or about 60 something thousand dollars there on these vehicles. I was able to get out of there completely for that. I know some people were saying that Tesla is still a bad vehicle because they do that. I just truly believe that, you know, just like anything else, even if you had a combustible engine, you're going to have repairs that you're going to have to replace no matter what. So that's a transmission or the engine in a combustible engine car, you're going to have to get those replaced eventually. If these batteries go bad in these vehicles that I have now, I probably will go ahead and get them repaired. So I paid basically $27,000 for this vehicle minus the $6,000, so around $21,000 for this vehicle, and then $45,000 for the other vehicle, or I think it was like $44,980 or something like that for the Tesla Model X. And in my opinion, I got a great deal because both of these vehicles have autopilot, both of them have free supercharging, free premium connectivity for life of the vehicle, and it has Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus and things like that that you have on some of the newer vehicles. Just wanted to talk a little bit about that, answer some questions that kind of came in on those other videos. Would I do this again? I think yes, because these vehicles have free supercharging built into the VIN. Tesla sent out a notification to all free supercharging owners saying that you can transfer the free supercharging to a new vehicle, whether that is a Tesla Model X, S, or Y. Actually, I just think that that was going to be too much money for me personally, for me to transfer the free supercharging over to that new vehicle. but I could see how it could actually work in someone's favor, like the person that bought my vehicle for $6,000, because if he transferred that free supercharging over to a new vehicle, although he'd be paying for the new vehicle's price, he would have some of the new features and free supercharging. So it makes it very attractive. But for me, I just didn't think it was that important, and I already have free supercharging built into the VIN. I think it's a great investment for me. Just wanted to answer a couple of questions about why I purchased the vehicles that I purchased and for how much, and then answer some questions about the battery pack and things like that. Comment below and tell me any questions that you have about buying a used Tesla, and I will try to get those answered as quickly as I can. Also, make sure to check out my other videos on my channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.